Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Ritual Flow. For today's reading, we are doing a love reading for the sign of Aries. So if you are an Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node, there may be some messages here for you. This is a general reading though, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not everything will resonate with everyone, so don't try to force something to fit. That'll just lead to you being confused. So this is also timeless. So whenever you're seeing this is the right time for you to receive these messages. Well, let's get into it and see what's going on with your energy, Aries. Judgment, Death, the Hanged Man. All right, you've got something major happening. All these major arcana out here. Knight of Cups, the Devil, Four of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Tripping Squirrel, Nine of Cups, and Temperance. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Pentacles and Ten of Wands. Okay, so so more than half of the cards in the main spread are major arcana. Your soul is feeling pulled towards something. Like you feel like you have a spiritual destiny. With someone. There is an element of you being a little like conservative about how you approach the way you're being pulled in like physical reality. You're sort of like keeping things a little close to you. Okay, I'm getting this message. There's something that you know on an intuitive level that you've sort of been keeping to yourself. And like there's this feeling of this need to communicate it, but there's also a little bit, there's like this hesitation around communicating as well. There's like a fear of like feeling crazy, being like viewed as crazy if you like really open up and say everything that you know, everything that you see. And there's this element like there's a transition, a transformation that you are undergoing. This transformation, it's part of it has to do with this like being open, like communicating. Like there's a huge element of surrender, like letting go of your fears, letting go of the things that you're like holding on to, letting go of like a feeling of attachment to a certain outcome. I just had the connection. I feel like there's been another reading for you in the last some amount of weeks. If it wasn't for Aries, it was some other placement. It may be with you. There's like this message about letting go of attachment to a particular outcome. It's like you see the outcome. Like you're really in a place of being connected with your intuition. And it's like keeping this inside, like it feels like it's weighing on you. It feels like a burden. You're like afraid that like if you expose your truth, that there's going to be like things are going to get out of control. Things are going to like be completely unhinged. But it's like you have to let go of the control surrounding this like this outcome. It's like I don't think I've said it so far, but like this is about like a relationship offer. Like you making an offering to someone else or someone else making an offering to you. You making like an offering to each other. Yeah, making an offering to each other. Like coming to a place of balance. Like what you see, the future that you see for yourself that you're being pulled to, like it's everything you've ever dreamed of. And that's why you're like attached to like the qualifications that your mind brings into that vision. But you're being asked to be open to this vision playing out in a multitude of ways. It's like you've seen into the future. You see an outcome. And it's like your mind has like filled in the gap of like a scenario or if like of how you would get there, how it would come to be grounded in reality. And you're being asked to let that go, to just like forget about that scenario. Because you need to leave it open to like arrive in this place with this person by like a different way, by like leave it open to many different ways, because you don't control the trajectory of their actions, their perceptions. And so you can't see in its full entirety how this will play out, how this will come about. You're being asked to heal your sense of attachment. And it is necessary to be patient with yourself, patient with the situation. It's like that the scenario that your mind created from point A to point B is like an element of your mind trying to like rush things, hurry up and get to the finish line. But the journey to get there is very important for you and your healing. It's very important also for this relationship fulfilling your wishes. you're being asked to let go of this burden of like trying to carry things from one place to the other all on your own. And it's like, I'm hearing it's okay. It's okay to tell this person like what you see out in the future, as long as you don't put any sort of qualifications on how that future would come about, or when. That's very important, when it would come about. Like, not putting any sort of like expiration date, time restriction on it. I mean, like, even leaving it open to like, it doesn't even have to be in this life. It could be in next life. I don't think it will be, but it's like, this is a practice, an exercise in you letting go of attachment to like binding yourself to needing it to be in this life. It's an element of like letting yourself be okay with not having it, and that makes it possible for it to transpire. Sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking. Yeah, I'm getting this. I'm getting this message that it's like you're sort of like in a bit of an obsessive energy here. I feel like you have been like looking at this person, like spying on them, spying on their life, like looking at pictures of them, their social media. Yeah, and sort of, and like using what you're seeing to like create the narrative that you're like clinging on to about how to ground this into the physical. And that's stuck to my finger here. There's also this element of like this like attachment that you feel, this like clinging to a certain scenario that it has to do with like a past history for you of like being in like an empathic, narcissistic like paradigm. That's something that you're healing. You're healing a tendency to let yourself be used. A tendency to use other people to meet your emotional needs when they're not capable of doing so. it's important for you to set some boundaries for yourself and with this person. And it's like not setting a boundary. It's like, this has been a boundary about like keeping your truth like under wraps a bit. That's not where the boundary needs to be. It's important for you to connect with your truth, to live it. Like this is about like living the truth that you feel, and like sharing that. But it's like you have to set boundaries to keep yourself from like overstepping and putting too much pressure on this person to be what you need, putting too much pressure on them to move more quickly, putting pressure on them to see you. And again, you need to set that boundary with yourself about, not creating like imaginary pathways to get to this person. It's like letting things unfold naturally rather than trying so hard to like control the situation. And it's like, if you've had like a lot of experience in like an empathic narcissistic paradigm, you're going to have that tendency to want to try to control the situation. It's like, so you don't feel like backlash or loss or whatever, like depending on what side you're on. You're going to be in communication with this person if you're not already. And it's important when you speak with this person. This could be in person, or it could just be like through like texting, phone conversation. It's very important for you to be present in those moments while you're talking, enjoying the feeling of being there, of like responding in the moment, not thinking about the future that you've seen with them. Not letting the conversation be a means to an end, just letting the conversation be and flow freely. You're going to find truth and power in that practice. And it's like, at some point in the conversation that you have, something is going to come to light. It feels like there's a couple different things coming through with that. On the one hand, it's in you being present, there's that ability to tell this person like the future you see without any sort of like connection or like desperation, like hinging on it, just letting it be what it is. Like a very like matter of fact expression. It's like, this is the future I see. Like, I don't know if it's for this life or the next one, but like at some point, this is what's gonna happen. It's sort of like opening up like as an offer, like, do you want this now? Do you want it like after you've thought about it some? Do you want to like skip it till next time? And like the other aspect is that like this is like through talking to this person and like being present and not worrying about how or when this connection like becomes real, becomes like a partnership. You're going to like, this person is going to confide something in you that surprises you. It sort of, in a way, it like changes your mindset. It changes your like outlook on the relationship. It's like they're going to reveal something equally as powerful as like the truth that you're sharing. Let's see. What messages come through? Here and now. Your true love is already a part of your life. I mean, I didn't say that like explicitly, but like that's what I've been getting at. Like that's like I've been talking about like this as this is someone that you already know. Like this isn't someone that you haven't met yet. This is someone you've had some interaction with in some capacity already. And it's like but you're not together. Like something is in the way of that. It's like your feelings, your need to heal is in the way of that. I mean, it can be other things also, but that's a big one. Like healing your attachment to the outcome. And here and now, like immediately when I saw that, I dropped it in the floor, and like before I could see what the rest of it said, like here and now, like I was just talking about being present with this person. Like be in the here and now, not focusing on the future together and what that looks like. You've seen there is a future. That's the part that you need to know. Let go of all the other parts about what it needs to look like and how it needs to come about. Passion. Try something you've never done before. Yeah. Yeah. And there's like a couple things coming through there. Like the things you've never done before is you've never allowed yourself to let go of like a future outcome that you've seen. You've never allowed yourself to like surrender to this degree. You've never allowed yourself to just like be okay not having what you've like seen for yourself. Yeah. Obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. I mean, who knows? They may be too, but like, in what I'm seeing, what I'm connecting to, like, babe, that's you. You are having obsessive thoughts about like the future with this person, and that sort of, that like clinging attachment energy is getting, it's like hindering that forward movement. But also backing up a little bit, the other thing that you've never done before is like totally reveal like what you see intuitively. Like, it's like that's something you've always like kept to yourself. I'm getting in the past, a lot of times you've even like not been honest with yourself about it. It's like you get the download, you get the message, you get the vision, but then you doubt it, and you like try to like, you like talk yourself out of it. And you've already made a sort of like headway in transitioning away from that. It's like you're in a place now where you trust the vision that you see, but it's like you've sort of gone the opposite direction, that you like trust it so much that it's like it's hard for you to let go of it and like let it unfold. But it's like there's also that element of communication, of letting yourself be like vulnerable, exposing I'm sorry, the cards are like falling. Exposing the truth of what you see in all of its like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like glory, all of its I don't know, but it's like an energy of like not holding back, not keeping the moral of the story to yourself. That's what it is. It's like you've like in the past you may have like hinted around at, you know, what you want and what you see and like what you're trying to like bring into reality, but like you've never come out and just said like, I see, I've seen, I've received messages, like I know we have a future together. Like you don't have to be like, oh, I know specifically what that looks like and I know specifically when it's going to happen, because I don't think that's necessarily true. There may be elements that your mind has created that may make you feel like that's true, and that's like feeding this obsession, and that's what you need to let go of. But the reality is that you see the future together. That's the important part. That's what needs to be expressed. And it's like this energy, like the practice of doing that is going to help you like let go of the obsession, let go of how it's going to happen. Like freeing yourself, freeing that information, sharing it is going to like let go of like the controlled scenario that your mind has created that you're trying to like get to play out. And like exposing them to that truth and just like leaving everything around it completely open. That's where this shocking news, epiphany, surprise, like this reveal is going to come through like in your conversation with them. because that energy of just like, this is the future I see in a very broad terms, that leaves that open for the two of you to create together how it comes about with the universe. Like you, them, and the universe creating this scenario, rather than you trying to be over here creating with the universe on your own, or trying to create on your own. It's like you have to have their input, and they have to know what's possible, what you see as possible, in order to participate in that. Okay, we also had over here finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. We do have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles over here. So I feel like there's probably this element of someone's finances feeling restricted. That could be yours or theirs. It could be both. But it's there's a steady progress toward solving that. But that is a temporary physical obstacle. Besides these emotional obstacles that you're personally dealing with, I'm not sure if they have emotional obstacles. That's not clear. This is a reading about you and your feelings, but that is coming through. Maybe that's a clue. Maybe the financial situation isn't as much of an issue for you. Maybe that's for them, but it could be the other way. It could be both, but that's an element somehow. Okay. And the other card that came out is past life love. Your soul remembers this intense connection. That's interesting. It's feeling this vision that you've seen of this future together. That comes to you, you receive that because you remember this soul, you recognize them. And in that recognition, it's subconsciously it's been revealed to you. You've become aware that you have other business to do with them in this life, and you understand the importance of reconnecting with them. And that's that intense connection. I didn't even see that. That intense connection is that's fueling this obsession, this pattern of stalking and thinking and sort of going crazy about how do I make this happen? How do I make this happen? When it's not just up to you to make this happen. Just because you see it and know about it doesn't mean that you're responsible for making it happen. You play a role, sure, but so do they. And it feels really important for you to tell them that hey, I know we have an important future together. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but that's what it is. And it's to give them that flexibility of we don't, it's if you want to postpone the mission, take things slower, we don't have to get there in this life if you're not ready. If you once you've gotten here to Earth, if you're not up to the challenge now. It's we can try this again next time if we need to, because it's this connection is timeless. It's very long standing. It's a very deep spiritual mission that you share together. It's not bound by time and space. It's just that time and space are like where we come to work on these things. It's where we have the feelings. It's where we have the challenges, the obstacles, the blessings. It's where we do the work. So focus on healing your attachment to this outcome. Focus on being okay with it not happening in this life and being open about what you see and feel, and let things unfold naturally from there as you connect with this person and be present with them. I hope this reading resonated with you, for those it was meant for. If it did, give it a like, comment, share it with someone, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I will see you next week, Aries. Bye.